I want to spend a few minutes and talk about groups in InsightMaker, which before today was a feature of InsightMaker only fully accessible if you subscribe to InsightMaker, though as of today it's fully public. So on your home page there's a menu option up here called Groups, which if you select it, it takes you to the Groups page, which lists the groups you belong to, the option to create a new group, and the ability to search through all of the existing groups. And presently there aren't many, though we expect now that it's opened, there'll be more of them. When you create a new group, you go ahead and define the title and a description of it, and then you define whether or not the group is publicly or private in terms of its visibility, and who can join it, so that anyone, it requires approval of the administrator, or the administrator has to add them. And then you specify the edit access to shared insights. What happens is once you create a group, or for people who belong to a group, when they initially create an insight or edit it, down here at the bottom there's Share with Groups option, which you can say that this particular insight that you've created is now a member of one or more groups. And what that allows is, based upon this setting, if you have 3 or 4 people working on several insights and you want them all to be able to edit all of the insights, rather than having to go through and explicitly establish rights on every single insight, you can simply create a group and say that you want all of the models in that group to have edit access. And therefore it sort of cuts down on the overhead. So you go ahead and specify whether or not you want edit access or not, and then you can choose an image for the group and upload it and then save it. When you are then in a position to deal with a group, here's a couple that I belong to, and here's a test one that I put together. You can manage the participants in a group, you can add members, and you can manage the members, managing them in terms of whether they're active and whether active, pending, or blocked. Okay. So within this particular group that I've just accessed, there are two insights that are part of this, which can be accessed from here. Though what Groups also adds is the ability for the participants within the group to carry on discussions. So here's a test discussion that I started, just called Test Post, just as I was testing it out, and it actually creates an indented list of comments, responses, so that this is Scott posted a comment and I posted a response and a response to my response, and just testing the indentation. So it provides a way for a group of people collectively working on one or more model to also carry on a conversation inside of InsightMaker, so that you don't have to go someplace else to do the discussion, sending things back and forth through email. Because if you do it in InsightMaker, then the thread gets captured and you can refer to it later. Okay? So I mean, that's what I think is really good about the groups in InsightMaker, is that it identifies a group of people working on one or more insights and allows them to carry on a conversation about that one or more of those insights. Let me see this one. This one's from Georgia Tech. There's a number of people active. There's quite a few models that they've shared. Quite a few, yeah, I would say probably 30 or 40 of them that they've shared amongst the people working on this, and there's quite a long list of the biomedical engineering students. Oh, this is actually a class at Georgia Tech. So, though they're not carrying on any discussions about this, and that's probably because up until now, you couldn't participate in discussions unless you subscribed to Insight Maker, though we expect that that will be different now. So a little bit of an overview of groups, why they're beneficial, suggest that you start using them. This is actually an element of the Insight Maker intermediate component module within Systems KeLE, and there will be a link to this set of content in the notes section for the video. It's a little sparse at the moment, but it's developing rapidly now. So see you in another video soon. Bye.